Huge record-breaking week in the stock market last week. What we've got to do going forward, we've got to pick the right stocks. We've got to trim the winners. So in this video, we're going to break down some of those big upside opportunities that still have that tremendous upside. We've got a semi-stock, a chip maker, healthcare, AI, even real estate that we're going to cover. So stay tuned. Should be a fun video for you here today. I appreciate you all for being here. One thing I ask, one thing only, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. We're at an all-time high for subscribers. You're certainly welcome to subscribe as well. And with that, let's get into it. Here's the 5-day sector spiders from last week, and you can see everything was up last week. Materials were up big, 4%, but everything's up 1.5%, 2%. Communication services, consumer discretionary, almost 3%. And what was tech? 2.35%. So everything's up. Year to date, everything's up as well. 10%. Communication, 11%. Financials. We do have real estate only 2% and healthcare 1.5%. And we're going to talk about a real estate stock and a healthcare stock, both huge buys right now in this video. And fear and greed index. Here's where we've got to be careful, folks. We're at 78, extreme fear. So even though the VIX isn't quite up there yet, or actually VIX is down. With the fear and greed index, that means VIX is down. So here's where we've got to be careful. So I want more cash. I'm doing my best to sell and cash up right now. I still like the long-term prospects for the market, but there's just so much good news right now that there's going to be any bad news, and we're going to have a pullback. So I want to be ready with that. We're at 4.25 to 4.5 with interest rates right now. I think we've got two more cuts. So 4 to 4.25 is expected in September. So the first cut in September is expected, and then stay at 4.25. Maybe another, it's almost 50-50, 43% chance of another cut in October, but I think it's going to wait until December and then the next cut. And then there's several more cuts ongoing through the year. So I think that bodes well for some of the small caps and financials moving forward. So let's jump into these trades. And again, any trade that I'm not covering, that means I'm light. I've got like one tranche on. So for instance, actually, I'm looking to close out Apple next week, just looking at the chart. So I'm not going to go through every one, but because I want to cash up right now, I am looking to sell and take profits on stocks that I think have already made a bit of a run up and just wait and then get back in. So I'm only looking at the top ones, top value stocks right now. So Adobe is one. I'm looking at putting on a leaps option, the 350 leaps in September, and then sell a 400 call against it. So that's going to be use up a little bit of capital. So if we look at that, the September, I'm looking to buy this 66 Delta 350 leaps for $8,200, and so basically 8,000, and then sell against it the August. I'm going to put this on regular option chains. This is the Tastytrade option trading platform. So there's a link down below. It's a great platform. So you can sell against it. We're trading at 380 right now. You could sell the 400 and collect $600 a month. So you could pay this off in under a year. But I just like Adobe right here because of the chart. It's been trending down, but to me, the biggest thing, it's a 20 PE, 1.3 peg. It's oversold, and they've had 10 straight double beats, guys. That's on the top line and the bottom line. So it's just a earnings machine, and it's just been wrecked. Citi downgraded it a while back, but it's my target for Adobe is much higher. It's 500. It's trading at 370 right now. That's big upside. It's traded as high as 587 in the past year. And again, how do you argue with 10 consecutive beats? So I don't see it going much lower, and it's going to go much higher over the next year. So Adobe's in that one. I'm not going to focus this much on all of them, but that was the first one. So, hey, we did. AMD, I've got my max 3 tranches on. Leaps, poor man's covered calls. I've sold calls against it. It's trading at 137 right now. It's had a bit of a run up, and we've got the 50-day, the green, moving above the 200-day moving average, the red. We are near the top of the Bollinger Band, but my target for AMD is so much higher, and these guys are so dominant going forward with MI350 and MI400 coming out. They've got earnings coming out the end of the month, and their guidance is going to be much higher. They've had 3 beats the last 3 quarters. So it's still a buy. Even though it's up 40% in the last 3 months, it's still a buy. It's a $220 billion market cap company, and I see it as a $1 trillion market cap. They're the next NVIDIA. It's a cheaper, more inexpensive play than NVIDIA, and the performance, the price to performance versus NVIDIA. Price to performance is great. The performance is close. It's a little bit less, but NVIDIA's prices are so outrageous and high that AMD is going to kill it going forward. So I like AMD going forward, and it's a huge buy for me. It's at 137, so definitely up to 200 in the short term. These others, you can see I've got an Iron Condor on an Amazon. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the next one that I have, APLD, there's actually quite a few of these A stocks, but I've got leaps and calls against it, poor man's covered calls. We did have a bit of a run up, but you can see the leaps that I have on are so far out there, 560. So I think they're so dominant. They've had 3 beats last 3 quarters. It's a long term for me. So I've got 10 tranches on since it's a $10 stock, so low. But it has had a bit of a move up, but I'm just holding on long term. I've sold 12 calls against it, and you can see I've got $1,000 in extrinsic if it ends up in the next 42 days below that 12. So we make money on both sides. That's what I love about these poor man's covered calls. It's basically a call with selling a leap against it as a stock replacement strategy. So I've done a lot of videos on that. App 11, they've been trending up. You've got the 50 above the 200. I like App long term, and great CEO. He's proven. They've had 3 beats, extreme buy by the analysts. My target's 460, so 25% higher than where it is right now for App. They're huge. The PEG ratio, the PE is a little bit high, but the PEG with the growth that they have, it's still a good buy. ASML, that's the chip. They do the semiconductor manufacturing equipment. So, I heard an analogy of relating, the gold rush, and the companies that made all the money were the ones that sold the picks, and Nordstrom actually sold the clothing. I don't know if it was so high end back then, but I guess it kept people warm. But there's companies that became rich in that gold rush that didn't just get gold. And with ASML, with the semiconductors and AI exploding, they make the semiconductor equipment that goes into these contract manufacturing companies and foundries, and they're pretty much a monopoly. They do I think it's the lithography, but they're the only ones that do these particular lasers and that are utilized. And my target for these guys is 920. It's trading at 794. They're an earnings machine. They've had beats the last 3 quarters, and I like ASML going forward. Big Bear AI, did a video on that. Check that out. I'm not going to cover that here. The next one that I have is CRM. I'm looking to buy that. I'm just going to do a put option and get in where it's at now. I think it's undervalued. the 50 is below the 200, but you can see a double bottom here. I think they're going to break out. It's a huge AI stock for me. They're trading at 272 and a PE of 23 and a 1.1 PEG ratio. My target for these guys is 360. It's at 272 right now, so much higher than where it's at right now. And I think their sales agent, and they're not being looked at. They're a software company, so they're not affected by tariffs. But the sales agent is huge for these guys. I need to do a deep dive video. Let me know in the comments if you want a deep dive video on CRM, but I think it's huge going forward. And it's going to be much higher than where it's at right now. My target's 360. Again, it's at 270. So that's a huge 35% up move from here. DH Horton. So real estate, if you noticed in those sector spiders, real estate had been, it's flat this year, and it's been down, I believe, the last for a while now. But with the interest rates coming, it's going to do well. These guys are a solid company. A PE of 10 and a PEG of 1.5. The 12-month range has been as high as 200. But I wanted to diversify, get into a real estate stock. Look, that we've got the 50, it kind of hit a bottom here, I believe, and it's going to start moving up. And as those interest rate cuts come, it's going to do well. Let's look at the financials. I haven't even looked at this, guys, but I know they're going to be solid. They're a huge company. But look at this. Revenue and net income up. Assets, liabilities up. I don't know what their 25% gross margin, but yeah, super solid. And so I'm going I've got a leaps and a call against it. So this is how I like to play my long plays and profiting on the short term pullbacks with the short call, and then the plan is to control those 100 shares for free, in six months or so. So. DH Horton, big. Elf is another one. They picked up Rode, the Haley Bieber company. Huge online following. I think they're going to grow like crazy. My 1 year target price is 150 I've got. I think that's conservative. I think these guys are going to kill it. I think they could be 200. But they've got huge growth, 70% gross margins. So that's huge. It's just a money maker going forward. So I like Elf. Google, another one, is not valued where it should be. Double bottom. We have the 50 breaking above the 200. It's trading at 179 right now. My target for Google. What is my target? 215, so quite a bit higher than where it's at right now. The PE's 18, PEG of 1.3. They've had 3 beats. Monster AI. They've got YouTube. They've got Waymo, Android, Gemini, Cloud. So they're a disruptor. I think their market cap can double from where they are right now. So huge. Google, I've got my max 3 tranches of leaps, and I've only got 2 calls against it, so I need a big an up move to throw on my other call. I took it off on one of the down moves, but we're doing really well in Google. GitLab, kind of the same situation, double bottom. I like GitLab going forward. It's an open source code development platform for AI, security, and IT operations, all great industry sectors. Was down, and revenue is just killing it. They've got public and private based industries that they're going after, and they've been up as high as 74. They're trading at 46 right now, so big upside. My target's 70, and again, they've got that double bottom, so I like GitLab going forward. HIMS, I don't think I have that on my list this week, but I've just got some iron condors. I'm kind of trading that neutral. J&J I like as well, but again, if I'm going to focus on a drug stock, I think Lilly's the one. Eli Lilly's got a huge pipeline. I've got put credit spreads on. They're trading at 780 right now. My target for Eli Lilly is 1,000, so quite a bit higher than where it is right now. look at that chart. They've kind of been consolidating, but I think we're going to have a breakout in Eli Lilly. It's kind of had a triple bottom there, and they've got a peg of 1.1. They've got a dividend. They're a super strong drug stock, and love these guys. They've got heart and Alzheimer's, blood pressure, suppressing liquor, dementia. They're in all the right categories for drug stocks. What do we have? We're running through this. And guys, always let me know in the comments below what you're trading if you see some good buys right now, because we have had a run up. So I am minimizing my positions in most of the ones that we've had winners in, and I'm only gonna have my max on in the ones that I believe have a lot of room to move up. So Nike is one of those. I think Nike's a buy right now. Still, my 1 year target price is 100. It's at 76 right now. They've got a fairly new CEO. We've just had a bit of a breakout, but these guys are going to do well going forward. The CEO called a bottom, and he's going to deliver. But their margins and profits over the next 2 to 3 years will be increasing and doing well. ServiceNow is another one. It has not moved up like the rest of the market. We actually did have just a move up, it does look like, since the beginning of May. So I like ServiceNow. My target for ServiceNow is 1150. So another 1,000, another 10% up. But they've done really well. They've got earnings coming out the 23rd of July. But you know what? I may stick with 2. So I'm not sure why I had that. I like ServiceNow, no doubt about it, but I'm not sure I would add to it right here. Palantir, they've had a run up. I'm not going to be adding to that right now, although I love it long term. PayPal is one that I do see definitely undervalued right now. 52-week high is up in the 93 range. They beat the last 3 earnings. My target's 85 to 90. So big upside from where it's at today. You can see we had a double bottom. We just have the 50 breaking above the 200, which is a bullish move. We are at the top of the Bollinger Band, so you might want to wait for a bit of a pullback. But I think there's such huge upside that I'll probably wait to add. And well, actually, I've got my max on right now, so that's why I'm showing this one. I think we've got 3 more. They're right here. Tesla is one. Love these guys long term. 50's just above the 200. We've talked about Tesla quite a bit, and all the different sources of income that they have. Cars, EVs is not the major one. They've got robotaxi, humanoid robots coming out. I know it's a little bit of a way off. They've got full self-driving, and then their energy storage business. So I'm just a big fan. My target for Tesla is up well above 350, 400, and I'm going to be long. So you can see these previous highs up here at 475 just in last December, so within the last year. The trade desk, I've got 3 poor man's covered calls, leaps with calls selling against it, and the calls are rich. So all these where I've got poor man's covered calls on, I love the monthly income that I can get on any pullbacks from selling those calls against it. It just reduces your cost base, and then you can end up controlling that 100 shares of stock for free. So TTD is definitely it's been down, and these guys are dominant in advertising. The 52-week range is 40 to 140, and they're trading at 74 right now. They beat earnings the last 3 quarters, strong by analyst ratings. My target is up well above where it is. I've got 90 in my notes, but my target's it should be 120. That's way low. But these guys, they power the digital and cloud advertising platforms. It's a software platform, and it allows advertisers to purchase across different websites, apps, and even live streaming. So It allows companies to budget, set goals, and measure results. They also have UID2, which is an upgrade and is going to be eventually required by Congress. They're going to pass a law so that companies aren't able to use those third-party tracking cookies that you see. So just a different way of doing it, but it's apparently more ethically suitable, and it's anonymous. So I didn't know the other wasn't anonymous, but anyway, they're set up for that, and I think they're way undervalued right now. All right, last one, United Healthcare. These guys have been hit, and they're down 298, and the reason it's basically just value. They're huge. The PE is very low right now. It's a cash flow machine, pays a solid dividend, grows consistently, only uses about 35% of its cash for the dividend, so they can acquire companies and invest. And there's people in Congress that are investing in it right now, so there's huge backing politically behind it, and they get so much money from the lobbyists, and they've got a new CEO, Stephen Hemsley. He's doing well, but it's just so robust and big, and they're insulated from the trade wars and the tariffs as well. So it's a rare opportunity to get in at a discount on UNH. So I've just got, because it's a high price stock, I'm just doing put spreads, and I'll just roll them and follow it up. But selling premium, selling put credit spreads. So those are the top value stocks that I'm playing and going strong in this week. All right, guys, be sure and download the free options workshop in the link below. Remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question. I answer every one. If you like this video, watch this next one.